Recording in progress.
All right. Hey, everybody. So I'm hearing an echo. Let's see. We can see where that's coming from. 1 second. There we go. Got it. Okay. Perfect. All right. So in this class, I'm going to show you how to create a lead capture page using the CDPE Advanced website. Now, if you don't have a CDPE Advanced website, you're still going to be able to learn, a lot from this. But anyway, we're just going to dive right in. So real quick, what is a lead capture page? A lead capture page it's a simple web page with a focus on trying to collect a visitor's information in exchange for a lead magnet or an item of value. So that could be, a meeting with you. That could be, usually it is an ebook as the item of value, or a checklist, a PDF, something like that. So in this webinar, I'm going to show you how to create a lead capture page just like this. And, you'll be able to edit it, and customize it as you want. I also have resources for you to use. So like the graphics, already have all of that for you to, use if you're a CDPE Advanced member. And I'll show you that as well. And let's get into it. So what I'm going to do here is, let's get rid of this. All right. So the first thing you want to do, the first step to creating a lead capture page is coming up with the topic and the lead magnet or item of value. Now, I already have a topic to use for this webinar, for the training purposes, but I'm going to kind of pretend that I don't and show you a good way that you can come up with some ideas, and that's using ChatGPT. Right. So I'm sure you've all probably heard, by now it's kind of taken over the world, AI, ChatGPT. So you can definitely utilize this for so much. Now, one example is we can use this for some ideas for our lead capture page. So I can come in here and let's just say, we'll just start basic. Give me ideas for a lead capture page for CDPE aimed at the consumer trying to save their home. All right, so let's see what it gives me with that. Right, so right off the bat, we have a couple ideas we could use for a lead capture page. This first one, something along the lines, don't lose your home, proven strategies to save your property. And then you could create the ebook with those strategies, right? And let's see, unlock the secrets to prevent foreclosure. So that there's actually a good idea as well. And you could kind of see how this could be really, really helpful, right? Now, ChatGPT, we won't really get into this too deep, because this is its own whole training. But, you could use this for blog post ideas, social media text, and so much more. All right. So I'm going to go with, because this kind of goes with what we're doing anyway, unlock the secrets to prevent foreclosure. So let's say I choose that. All right. So we're good there. All right. So we have our concept or topic for our lead capture page, right? Now, the next thing we want to do is we need the lead magnet, which is the item of value. You know, what are you giving in exchange for the consumer or visitor giving you their information? Now, when you log into the back end of your CDPE Advanced website, you'll see right here on the dashboard, webinar resources. You'll also see it on the left-hand side here. So this is where all of the resources can be found to follow along for this webinar. Now, don't worry, you don't need to follow along live during the webinar. You actually probably shouldn't. This is being recorded and it will be added to it'll be added to the webinar section within a day or two. So you can follow along and watch it at your own pace. Okay, so don't worry about following along right now. All right, so let's get into here. Okay. So we have our topic. We used ChatGPT to help us out. Now, the next step is to create the item of value. So I already have some templates for you to use in Canva. So you don't need to worry about making your own right now from scratch. I mean, you can if you want, but to get started, we have a couple options for you here. So I'm just going to open up, I don't know, the second one. All right. So this is a Canva template. So you can click any one of these links. It's essentially the same guide, just with different style, okay? Because everybody has different color preferences, all right? So when you click one of these links, it'll give you the option to use the template. So I'm going to click Use Template. Now, it will ask you to log in. You need a Canva account to edit the template, but a free account is okay. So, a free account will work just fine. Matter of fact, I actually have the free account. I don't even have the pro account. So, all right. What I'm going to do, so when you open up the template, you'll see all the pages. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how you can easily customize this a little bit before you save it. So you'll notice at the bottom of each page, there is like some placeholder information for you to add, your name, email address, phone number, etc. So what we want to do is let's go ahead and replace that. There's actually an easy way to replace it. So if you go to File in the upper left corner, and you go to Find and Replace Text, what I'm going to do is I'm going to search, okay, for, we're going to start with the name. So name, and then I guess space, colon. Okay, so I'm finding everywhere it says name, which is, just the bottom of the footer here, right? And I'm going to replace that with my name, which of course you would do it with your name when you do this. And I'm just going to hit replace all. And you'll see just like that, my name is now in the bottom of each page. I'm going to do the same thing with email. Right? Replace all. Now, My email is a little bit long. So an easy fix for this is just to, you'll see there's this little box here, right? You can just drag that to be a little bit bigger. And then it'll fit display, okay? And then you could also move it around as well. This is actually a great example that to kind of show you that, you might need to adjust slightly, right? So we can just move that there. Perfect. All right. So just do the phone number real fast as well. Just put this in. All right. Perfect. There's a phone number. And then you can put your website in as well. I'm going to skip that. So if you don't want to put your website in, you can just select the text and then just delete it. All right. And then if you did want to put your website in, you could just replace it like you did the name. Now, also, if you don't care about your contact information being at the bottom of each page, it's just a little bonus to make it kind of personalized to you. So when somebody downloads it, your information is the bottom of each page. If you don't care about that, you could simply just select the little text and then hit the little trash can icon to delete it, okay? That is all just personal preference. I do suggest adding it though, of course, okay? And then what we can do is, you can also add your image here, your headshot here, okay? If you don't want your headshot to display, same thing, you could just kind of click it and then delete. But again, I do recommend adding it. And let me show you how to add it real fast. I will just, I guess I'll just make this easy, and then I will just drag and drop my headshot from my computer into here to upload it. Now you'll see, so after you upload it here in Canva, you can drag and drop it, and you'll see that if I hover it over that little image there, it'll automatically place it into the designated spot. Okay, so I'll do that one more time here. And you'll kind of see that when it's in the right spot, there's like a little purple outline there. So just like that, you can have your headshot on all of the pages. Perfect. Now, one more thing I'll show you is you can edit any of this content. So if you don't like, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. You can use this little slider down here to zoom in. So if you don't like the exact wording or the content, or you want to put your own little unique spin on it, you can edit any of this as well, right? So all you got to do is click where you want to edit, and then you can type in whatever you want. Okay. So you can change pretty much any element on this guide, you can change. So you can kind of have a guide ready to use anywhere from like a couple minutes to a couple hours, depending on just how much you want to customize. Okay. Now, let's say I'm done. What I'm going to do is, let's see here. So I think that covered everything. Yeah. It's pretty much it there. So once you have it how you want, all you got to do is go to share in the upper right corner. And then you're going to go ahead and click download. And you're going to choose the file type to be PDF standard. This is best for when being used on like a website or email, etc. And then I also like to flatten the PDF. And then in this case, you want all pages, to be part of the PDF. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click download. Oh, I forgot that we have to swap this image out here. I did forget that part because this is meant for you to add your own image. So what you're going to want to do here is go to elements. All right. And what you want to do is you want to find, your own image that you want to use for the cover photo. So let's just say, I don't know, let's type foreclosure and see what happens. Or actually, let's just type home, get a picture of a house. That might be good. To save time for webinar, I will just kind of grab the first thing that pops up. All right, so that's what I'm going to use on mine. Okay, just put that there. Perfect. So now I got my cover added. Now I can actually go back to save it. And oh, did I do that right? Let me see here. Might have missed something here. Well, let's see what okay. So we will actually, I see the issue here. So we can just get that updated actually. All right, well, so we'll get the links updated. I see the issue there. So anyway, you just we'll get this updated after the webinar. And when you can download the same way. So PDF standard, flatten, and then download, and then we will get that corrected. Actually, I see the issue there. Anyway, so we'll, you'll have that downloaded. All right, and then let me go back here. Yeah, we'll get these links updated. Okay, let's see. Let me go over here real fast. So let me go here. Let me actually copy this link real fast.
Hey, Jordan, Clara had a message, a question on the chat.
Okay, yeah, I'll check chat in a second. Let me see if I can. I'm just going to see if I can update the links real fast so they're ready to go. Well, Let's see here. All right, there we go. So that one should be good. Let me just make sure. One sec here. Wouldn't be tech training without some hiccup. All right, so. Yeah, okay. The first link, I got the first link updated. So style 1, okay. So that should be good. You could see it's, I'm downloading it now. So, and then I could update the other ones after the webinar. We don't want to spend any more time on that. All right, so I just downloaded my Canva PDF. Okay, so I have that saved to my computer. Now let's move on. All right. Perfect. So just to recap real fast. So far, I used ChatGPT to help give me an idea for a lead capture page. I used Canva to create the lead magnet or item of value. And now one more step before we actually create the lead capture page. All right. And that is adding the item of value. So adding the PDF to the website. So when somebody fills out the contact form, they get instant access. Okay, now let me go through here. So under webinar resources, you'll see that we have some cover images that you can use. There's just a small little selection of ready to use ready-made ones. You can always make your own, but we wanted to provide these for you, as kind of a starting point. So I'm just going to go ahead and download, I don't know, let's say this one. Okay, so I'm just going to click it. I'm just going to save it to my computer. There we go. Perfect. And then we'll need that in a moment. All right. So I have my PDF from Canva. I have my cover image that I want to use downloaded to my computer. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to media on the back end of my CDP Advanced website. I'm going to go to add new. And then I'm going to, let's see here. I'm going to go to downloads. I'm going to upload the cover photo. And these cover photos are already optimized and sized and ready to use. So you can just upload it. All right. And then I'm going to show you actually another trick. Let's see. This is actually not part of the webinar, but I just thought of something that might be useful. Let's see. Let me grab this. So what I want to show you is this PDF compressor. So one thing that you might run into is when you download your PDF from Canva, it might be too large to upload to the website. So what you want to do is if you go to this PDF compressor, you can just drag and drop your PDF into here. And this will reduce the file size, not only to make it easier to upload to your website, but also easier for the person who's viewing it to be able to download and view it. And we could see that it just saved it by, 76%. Okay, perfect. Just a little side step there. So let me upload that now. Let's see. Yeah, so we can see this is the one that I downloaded from Canva. It was 10 megabytes. And this is the one I just optimized. It's like 2, so much better. We'll get that uploaded. Perfect. All right, so I have my cover photo that I want to use uploaded. And then I have my PDF guide uploaded as well. So the very last thing I need to do before I start actually building the page is add this to the resource portal. All right, so while I'm here, I'm going to click my PDF. And you'll see that there is a copy URL to clipboard little button right here underneath the link. I'm just going to click that. We're going to need this link in a moment, and it's just a little bit more efficient to copy it while we're here. All right. So I'm going to go to Pages. Now, if you scroll down, you should see a resource library page. All of the websites have this already set up. So I'm going to click the resource library page. Just going to dismiss all this. Okay. So this page here is, let me just explain real quick kind of how this works. Let me open this up. All right, so the resource library page is the page that the consumer gets taken to after they fill out a lead capture form, right? So for example, if a consumer fills out this form and hits submit, they're going to be taken to the resource library page. So this is the page where you want to add all of your lead magnets or items of value, your PDFs. Now, the reason that we set it up this way is so the consumer has instant access, right? We didn't want them to have to wait for an email and then bounce around, because the traditional way is they email you the book, right? And then what happens is, what do they do to go view their book? They leave your website. They get out of the application. They go to their mail application to view the book. Not to mention, sometimes they have to wait for the email to be, delivered. So the way this is set up, and we'll run through it, in a bit, is somebody fills out your form. They get immediately taken to the resource library and all of the lead magnets that you have instantly, no need to wait. The other benefit to this is oftentimes somebody will want maybe like 2 or 3 of the ebooks that you offer. And there's no need for them to fill out a form multiple times to access it, right? Because that just doesn't make sense. You don't care how many times they fill it out, as long as it's the first time. You already have their information. So this is kind of a streamlined way. So anytime you're creating a lead capture page and you're offering something of value, make sure you add that item of value to this page. All right, very easy to do. I am just going to click this little plus sign right here. I'm going to add an image from the media library because we already uploaded it. I'm going to choose the cover image for my new PDF. And then just below that, I am going to add buttons. All right. And then you could add whatever text you want. It could say, view book. It could say access book, whatever you want it to say. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this little button here and I'm going to make it align center. And then let me show you how to change the coloring a little bit as well. So with the button selected, right? So click the button. And then you'll see right here, there's some color options. I'm just going to do, let's see. I'm going to make that blue. And then I'll make the text of the button white. And yeah, that works perfectly. All right. So let's see here. Now, that's pretty much all there is to it. Okay, in terms of adding, something. The very last thing there is we just want to take the link of the PDF. Remember, we copied that. So what this is this is a direct link to that PDF, to that guide, right? So all you're going to do is you're going to click your little access book button. And you're going to click the little link. And you're just going to paste in that link to the guide. Make sure you click this to actually insert it. So I'm going to click that. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to choose the open in a new tab option. Okay. And then I'm just going to hit update. And if I refresh the page, we'll see my new book is now there. And I know it does line up. It's just because this photo has a background, like a border, and this one doesn't. It's just a PNG. But ideally, what you'd want to do is when you're creating your resource library, when you're creating your cover photo mockups, use the same template or similar template, right? That way they're all kind of the same size and style. That way it's consistent, okay? Anyway, so if I click Access Book, it'll open up in a new tab and take me to direct access to the book. But remember, the consumer is only going to see this page if they fill out the form. And then you can add as many lead magnets as you want to this. And then once you have, a good little library going, you can even make a lead capture page advertising your resource portal, right? So sign up and get access to all these, guides and help. Well, let's see here. So again, just to recap, kind of what we've done so far. We used ChatGPT to help us with an idea for a lead capture page. We used Canva to create the lead magnet, the PDF. We used one of the existing cover photo mockups and then added that to the resource portal. So now when somebody fills in our soon to be created lead capture page, they will be able to download the guide instantly. Now, what we'll do here is take a quick little pause for any questions, and then we'll move on to the final component, actually creating the lead capture page. Let's see if there's any questions.
You have Clara asked something in the meeting chat. Can a person have an option to choose to read this in English or in Spanish? Also, is the website
Yes.
ADA?
So yeah, the website itself is ADA compliant. You'll see and by the way, you guys don't need to do anything special. All of your websites automatically come with this. You'll see this little accessibility widget in the bottom left. And this is an accessibility tool for those that need it, but it can adjust the size of text. It can, do all of the accessibility things that you might need. So to answer your question, yes, not only is the site built with ADA compliance in mind, we also add that extra little widget to further make it ADA compliant. And then in terms of English or Spanish, I'm not sure if you're talking about the website itself or maybe like just the lead capture, but I believe at some point, so the information you can create it to be Spanish. Yeah, so by default, we provide, it's all English, but you can update any of the content or most of the content to be Spanish if you want. And then I believe we might actually be coming out with a Spanish version of the website in the future. All right, so I think that covers all the questions. Let's go to actually building the lead capture page. Let's go over here. Perfect. All right. I am just going to kind of close all this. Perfect. So I'm going to go to webinar resources. You'll see that there is some content here for you to use for your lead capture page. And again, you can modify, add, you can use ChatGPT if you want to help with content. You can edit this however you want, and I'll show you that as we go through it. But this is a starting point, for you to follow along with. So what I'm going to do is in a new tab, that way I can just kind of keep this handy and open. I'm just going to right-click Pages and open that in a new tab, just so I can cycle between, the two. So I'm going to go to Add New. I'm going to create this from scratch with you guys so you can see kind of everything that's involved in some of the things that you can do. Let's see. So for the title, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use get your free Now, this is where you could use ChatGPT like we did in the beginning for ideas on titles. All right, get your free foreclosure prevention guide. So there's my title. I'm going to hit publish. Let's view the page. Okay, so right now there's our page. Pretty much nothing. So let's get something added to it. The first thing I'm going to do is, so the first thing I'm going to do is underneath the title, I'm going to click this little plus sign. And then in this little search box here, I am going to search for columns, advanced columns. And I am going to choose the single column option. Okay. Now, what I want to do is click the little plus sign again. I'm going to search for media, and I'm going to choose the media and text block. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to media library because I already have my cover uploaded from, the resource portal. And I'm going to go hit select and get that added in there. And then on the content side of things, we'll see I have some content here. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy this first section here. And then right here on the content side, I'm going to go ahead and click paste. All right, what is in the ebook? I'm going to select that and make it bold. And then if you want to space things, what you can do is just hit enter. You know, you could kind of play around with the spacing a little bit and the formatting. You know, again, feel free to change any of this text, you know, so you can change any of this wording you want, okay? This is all just kind of, you know, just some starter content for you. Matter of fact, I'm going to actually select this what's in the ebook, and I'm going to click this little paragraph icon, and I'm going to change that to a heading to make it stand out a little bit more. I'm going to hit update. Let's just see how it's looking. All right, so we're getting some stuff on the page. So, and this is like real time, right? So I'm editing this. I'm showing you how to do this, like kind of what my process is when I actually build these, right? So this is kind of a real example. Let's see. So to me, this is just displaying too large, right? It shouldn't take up that much of the screen. So what I would do is also a quick little side tip. If you ever have trouble navigating you see these three little lines in the upper left corner, the list view. This will show you all of the elements you have on the page, right? So easy way to find it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the advanced column element, which is pretty much the element that all of this stuff is inside. You can see how it's kind of nested in there. And what I'm going to do is right here, the column inner max width, I'm just going to change the max width to 800. And then let's see, I'm just going to refresh. We could see that it gets a little bit smaller. So that's better. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the image. I'm just going to drag it just a little bit smaller and hit update. There we go. Maybe just a hair smaller. Perfect. I am good with that. I think that's a little bit better sized. All right. So the next thing that I want to do is, let's see, let's add a button. So underneath here, I want to add a button. So underneath this little list, I want to add a button, a call to action button that essentially will take them to the bottom of the page where the form will be. So I am going to go ahead and click this little plus sign. And then let's go ahead and add just a button. Let's see, the button text, I will make it, and we'll just say access your, we'll just say access your prevention guide now. All right. And you can change the styling of the button. So, you know, with the button selected, you could see you could change the color and all that. I am actually okay with the color that it just defaulted to. But, you know, for example, you could make it, you know, red. You can, you know, do anything you want here. Okay. And then we'll come back to linking that as we get further down the page. I'm going to hit update again, and I'm just going to, you know, view it. I always like to, pretty much any time I change something, I always save and then view it just to make sure I'm on the right track. And I like what I just did. So that's looking okay. I will say though that in this case, I actually like a blue better. So I'm gonna put the blue back. Or actually, let's say like kind of like a, let's see, kind of like a CDPE orange. Okay, we're gonna go with that. All right, so underneath all of this, I'm gonna add another blurb of content. So what you wanna do is go underneath, this whole section you just added. You could even do it in the section, doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna click the plus sign. I'm gonna add a paragraph, okay? And then I'm gonna go back to my webinar resources and I'm just gonna copy this text that I have here and just paste it in. I'm gonna make, let's see, change the spacing a little bit. There we go. I just hit enter. That looks good. So again, you can modify, you can use your own content. You could go to ChatGPT, you can create your own content. The goal here is to get them to want to download the the prevention guide, right? Or whatever it is you're offering. The lead capture page, it's actually, it breaks up into two very simple things, the ask and the give, right? So what are you asking for? In this case, basic information, name and email address, let's say, and then the give, what are you giving them, right? You just want to make sure the give is worth what you're asking for. And you're trying to kind of sell them and entice them on that. All right, so you can also add videos to these pages as well. So if you have a video, you can upload it to YouTube, and then you just paste in the video link here and it'll automatically add it to the page. I don't have a video for this lead capture page, but I could show you just an example real quick of adding a video. So I'm just going to copy. I just copied the link from a CDPE video on YouTube, and I just pasted it in. And you can see it just adds the video perfectly inside the page. So you can add videos and all that. But I'm going to keep finishing this page. And if there's any time at the end, I will kind of show you some bonuses. But let's see, the last thing we want to do is I'm going to hit enter. I am going to add a heading. And I'm just going to make that heading this right here. Okay. I'm going to center it. I'm going to hit enter again. And then I'm going to add the form. That's the very last thing. So I'm going to search for leads. I'm going to click that. And then when I'm going to select a form, and you want to make sure you select lead capture form. This is installed, ready to go on all CDPE advanced websites. And it'll automatically add the lead capture form for you, okay? So I'm gonna hit update. I'm gonna refresh this page. Okay, I want to add a space there. All right. And then also what I want to do is, that looks good. Yeah, that's good. What I actually am thinking real quick last minute is if I add another column, what I can do is, let's see, just drag this into the column. Let's see how this looks. I'm just kind of dragging everything into that column there. And let me put that in. Okay, yeah, I like that better. So what I'm going to do is just put it in like that. Just adjust the formatting a little bit. And then this actually leads me to a good example. So if you find some stuff is too close together, so we can see that this text here is too close to that. What I can do, right, is I can add a block above that. There's actually one called a spacer, and that'll give you some space. Let's see. See, perfect. So I'm good with that. So what's going to happen here is we'll just give it a quick test. I just need to make sure. Okay, well, we'll see. I'll put in another name. So somebody fills this out. Just put in that. Right. So as soon as they submit the form, you're going to get that lead. So you just got an email with that lead. It's also going to be in the backend database, right? So you just captured that lead, right? And the consumer gets immediate access to the resource library and the guide. No needing to click around and view emails. They get instant access. And that was it. It works. So what I want to do in the last few minutes here is show you how you can kind of add these to the menu up here. All right. So I'm going to go to appearance. Actually, let me see here. Yeah, easier way is actually go to appearance and then menus. This will be a little bit easier. So you want to make sure that your main menu is selected. So the main menu here is everything, at the top of your website. It's, the main menu, right? What you can do is you can add. So for example, this is the page I just created. I'm going to check it and hit it add to menu. It's a little bit long for a menu, so I'm just going to make it free prevention guide. And then I'm going to drag it and add it under resources. And then hit save in the bottom right. Now, if I refresh my site under resources, we'll see the free prevention guide is there. The page I just created. And then you can also, of course, copy this link. So this link up here is a direct link to your lead capture page. So, you can share this social media, email, etc. And what we'll do is we'll open up for any, last minute questions. And then also, for those of you that do not have a CDP Advanced website. We have an offer for you for the webinar. So let's see. So this is everything that is included with being, the CDP Advanced program. You get the marketing, everything you see here, and then of course you get the website. So the website that I just used to create the lead capture page, that whole system, that is what you get. And then we have a coupon code here. You also get the bonus items, which I'll show you, but we have a coupon code for this webinar that will make it $157 for the sign-up fee. And then I'll put the link to there if you're interested. All right, so I put a link to the sales page, and then the coupon code. So the coupon code, webinar-157, that will take off the discount for the setup fee. You'll see it just discounted it there. And this coupon code here that I just added is, it expires pretty much a couple minutes or so after the webinar ends. So that's that. And if there's any last questions?
Don't be shy, everyone. If you have any questions, get them now.
Well, I do have a question. Okay, when I enrolled back in at the end of April, I had paid $147. I believe it was for the startup, but I never pursued moving forward with the website. Would I be able to still do that?
Yeah. Let's see. And who was just talking? I didn't see that.
I'm sorry, it's Clara.
It's
Clara
Clara.
Munoz Feliciano.
Yeah. So, and that happens is sometimes people will, kind of, get the website and then they kind of get, sidetracked with life. So we can get you started, whenever you're ready. I believe.
Yeah, she's on the list that she had started with us at the beginning. I just found her.
I believe we just need your intake information. So we can, follow up, send you a link to that, after the webinar. But yeah, so you don't need to buy this. You already have it. Yeah.
Okay, so then that means that once this is done, every month would be how much now?
It's the 197.
It's, the 197.
But we would have to create this entire website. Would that be correct? Based on
No,
what
we
told
create
us?
the website for you. So your website is going to be when you sign up and order this, everything you see here you're going to get. Like, we set this up for you, and of course we put your logo and your photo in as well. So
Okay, the question I also have is that because I am with a real estate company as well, and I do have a separate LLC, I mean, how do I, which one do I choose? Obviously the CDPE was through for real estate agents, correct? Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm asking the right question,
yeah,
but
could you, what was that? What were you
okay.
trying to do, or what was the question? the goal.
Okay, the question I have is that I have a real estate, I guess, website, and I also have a separate website with my a business that I have for LLC. Do I have to create a whole new website through you, or can I use what I have now?
Well, yeah, they would be different websites. So this is a very specific niche website. You know, so this, it'll be a separate website. The short answer for that is it'll be a separate website. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And again, we create this for you though. So it'll be a separate website, but you'll get like this, right? You know, and you'll get the back end with all, you know, the marketing, you know, all of this. So it's its own system. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Well, I think that was all
Hi.
the questions.
Hi, the question I have is, if you already have a website with the company that you are in, can you just implement this portion at the CDPE portion and include it in the website instead of having 3-4 websites that is you have to take care of and it's overwhelming?
Yeah. So, not really. So I don't know what website you have now through your brokerage or company, but you know, I'm sure you can add like a page or something to it. But like this website here, and you know, we use the term website, but this is actually really a system. This isn't just a website, right? Because this isn't just like a page on a website, because you know, we have all of this marketing. So we have all the marketing as part of the advanced program. So you're getting the marketing. And for example, like in the back end here, we have eBooks for you to use. And, you know, just like this webinar, for example, we do webinars once a month. We provide resources. So it's not just a website. The website's one piece. We also have support, you know, we have training, right? So
yeah, so it's a system basically.
yeah,
but
it's a whole ecosystem. So kind of to answer that question, we can't really add it to what you have. It's its own whole thing. With that said, part of the monthly cost is we maintain it for you. You know, so we're not going in and like, you know, creating lead pages and all that, but you know, we maintain the hosting and the security and, you know, all of the things needed to keep the website running.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
we
I
provide updates.
Yeah, I was more thinking more towards the like buying the portion of the lead capture and included in the website or that I already
so
have.
the lead capture, like everything I just showed you, is a core part of the CDP advanced website we provide. You know, so for example, like the leads, the forms, like I showed you, like when you're adding the page.
So there is no way to
Right,
just
like this right
purchase
here,
that portion of the system,
where
basically.
you're adding a lead form like that. All of that is set up in part of the system. We can't put that on another website you have.
Okay. I just want.
It's just a core part of
I
this.
just thought something like that. You know, I don't know if they will be able to do it. Either.
Okay, Francis, I understand what you're saying, and I was curious about the same thing. But Jordan, let me ask you a question then. Is it possible, let's say, for example, in my real estate, let's just say website, would I be able to add a button, like, you know, put the CDPE on it where they can click that and they can lead this to this particular website?
So that you could do. So almost, again, I don't know what website you have, you know, brokerage or all that, but I would say almost any website you have, you can add something to the menu. And pretty much you can add a link to the menu. So what you would do is on your regular agent website, you can add something on the menu about get foreclosure help or something, right? And then you would link that to your CDPE advanced website. So you can kind of tie it in that way, yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Okay, as long as I know we can guide them to a different you know, when anyone looks into the, our website, they see that link, they may be, you know, facing some kind of hardship or maybe facing some kind of foreclosure and they want to know what that's about, or maybe someone that they know. It's just for information. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you could even create a page on your other site, almost like a lead capture page linking to your CDPE advanced site, right? So you can kind of, on your regular agent site, you could have a link on the menu or something that says, you know, get help with foreclosure. And then that can kind of, you know, explain how you can help. And for more information, you know,
Okay.
visit your dedicated
Mhm.
CDPE, you know, website, right?
Mhm. Right.
And,
Because
you
I
know,
was actually thinking about like this logo that you have, the CDPE logo somehow added to our, you know, website as well. I don't know, that's just a thought.
I mean, Jeanette could probably answer that, but I believe if you are a CDP, you know, active member, you can use the logo, but she can confirm or deny that. But yeah, but the goal is to get them back. If they need help with foreclosure, the goal is to get them to your CDP advanced site, because this is where all the resources are, right, for foreclosure. You know, your regular agent site is not hyper focused, right? It has information for buyers and sellers and listings, and no, you know, people with foreclosure, they don't care about that. They don't want to search listings and luxury, this and that. So this site is dedicated to provide just information that's relevant to, you know, foreclosures, right? So we have this, you know, short sales. We have the FAQ, which, you know, is all just relevant to short sales, foreclosures, all that, right? You know, the video tips. And again, the website comes pre-set up with all of this.
Okay, so then how does a person find us? Okay, so if this is a separate and website, how do people find us?
Well,
with this
so that
information?
would go back. So again, part of the website, this is actually you're helping me actually kind of prove the point of it's a whole ecosystem, right? Is part of being, you know, advanced with the website is you have our support, right? So for example, in May, Jeff actually taught a webinar on getting more leads, right, via Google. So this pertains to SEO, being found on Google. And that's a good starting point. So, you know, when you have your site, you log in to webinars, and then you'll find the May one from Jeff here. And he goes over helping you getting your site found on Google, which is one way you can be found, is obviously Google. So I
Okay.
do recommend watching that training video, because that'll help with that question.
Okay, great, thank you.
But I think we answered all the questions. We're a little over on time, but I think we answered everything. So thank you, everybody, for coming. And, you know, if you have any other questions, you can, you know, email us, and hopefully see you on the next one.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Thank you,
We'll
Jordan.
send out the
Thank you,
recording
Jeanette.
later.
Thank you.
Bye.